Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today, this should be a big treat, guys. This is Stone's RuinTen, which is, they're calling a triple IPA. I don't even think that's a category in the BJCP or whatever the beer judging categories are. It only goes up to the double imperial style. But this is a big beer at 10.8%. I reviewed this beer. I originally reviewed it. It was beer review 1074 about 3 years ago. And I've had some subscribers ask me since have I had it since then. I told them no, that they thought it had changed and was better or whatever. And luckily, good friends of mine, Chris and Rebecca, brought me this bottle the other day. And when I say the other day, guys, I'm way ahead, 3 or 4 weeks ahead on the beer reviews. I'm reviewing this beer on the 6th of August, and it might not even post till Labor Day or after. I'm that far ahead with the beers that I've received. So they brought it to me, like I said, on the 5th of August, and I'm reviewing it on the 6th because I wanted to do it as fresh as I could. This beer was bottled on 06/15/16. So June 15th, and I'm reviewing it on August the 6th. So not quite 2 months old. So should be tasty. Should be really tasty. And I enjoyed it then. So I don't know if they've changed it or how they've changed it, but I thought it was a great beer then. So let's see what this one brings to the table. 10.8%. I don't have, yep, it says IBUs on rate beer listed as 100. I don't think it's got it on the bottle. We'll go over and double check that with Untapped. And Untapped has it at 110 IBUs. So a little bit of variance is there. Let me look real quick here and see if I see anything on it as far as IBUs. I don't think it's got it listed on here. But we got a bottled on date and we got the ABV on there. And this is a big bomber, 22 ouncer. So definitely enough to share, which I intend to do. Commercial description on this says, in June 2012 we celebrate our 10th anniversary of notoriously mega hop double IPA, Stone Ruination IPA. With the release of a very special version was even bigger and incredibly even hoppier than the original. If Stone Ruination IPA, a liquid poem to the glory of the hop, then Stone Ruination 10th Anniversary was an amped up heavy metal version that owed deliver with the force of a sledgehammer. Luckily for us, our fans love loud and aggressive beer, especially when copious amounts of Humulus lupulus are involved, and that's hops, guys. And the original release of this beer was so instantly beloved by those who dared try it. And this is RuinTen, which is their 10th anniversary version. And like I said, they're continuing to produce this beer, so it's gone over quite well. So like I said, I'm not sure if they've changed it. I've had some people tell me they have, and they thought it was different, better, whatever. So luckily for me, Chris and Rebecca stopped by Martin's over at the Barrel Chest and picked up a bottle for me to re-review. So this is the re-review of RuinTen 2016. So, food pairings for this style of beer is going to be your typical double IPAs. The curried the cuisine is going to be your barbecue, cheese and pepper, Monterey pepper, Jack Sharp, blue cheddar, your stronger cheeses. And the meat is game, grilled meat and salmon, glassware snifter, tulip oversized wine glass. I got my favorite snifter, and not recommended for celery, even though they say it can be celery because it's a 10.8%, but that would be foolish because the hops are going to fade, guys. It's going to turn into a malt bomb. So, don't sell it. Just don't do it. Just say no. Alright, let's get the cap off. Nice hiss. A little bit of smoke coming out. Let's get it into the glass. And let's stand it up. 10.8%. Let's see what we can get as far as a head generation. Alright. And we'll save a half for her. About our finger of head. A deep amber color. Very deep. Very clear though. You can definitely tell this is a filtered beer. A lot of bubbles streaming up from the center of the glass. Great looking beer. Let's get a notice on it. Big time hops, guys. Hops, hops, and more hops. Very citrusy, very dank. Pininess, grapefruit, pineapple, tropical fruits, mango, oranges, tangerines. Maybe some melon in there. I mean, it's got it going on. It really does. Big beer, a big sipper. So let's give it a sip. See what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Chris and Rebecca. Thank you, my friends. That's so damn tasty. That is an awesome beer. If you're a hophead and you like an IPA or a double IPA, they're calling it a triple IPA. Like I said, I don't think there is such a thing as a triple, especially being only at 10.8%. Now the Founder's Devil Dancer is a lot bigger beer than this. They call them that a triple. But when I did that one, I reviewed it about 3 years ago also. It was so boozy. And they actually brought me one of them too that I'm going to re-review. But that beer is so boozy fresh. Well, of course, my palate may have changed and got a little bit more advanced. So we'll see what it brings to the table. But it is a big beer also. A little bit bigger than this one, if I remember correctly. At 10.8% for this. I think that one was like 12 or something. So, very tasty. Awesome beer. Very well made. For 10.8%, the alcohol is super well hidden. But it'll get you though, especially if you start drinking 1 or 2 big bottles of this. No doubt. I'm a big fan of Stone's beers. I'm so glad that they're building a brewery here in Virginia. So, looking forward to getting some of the beers out of that brewery. Well, let's go back and sip on it for a little while. Maybe fire up a stogie to go with this and pour her a glass and sip on it for a little while. Fire up the grill, maybe cook some burgers or something. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. The other half loved it. I knew she would. She's a hophead just like I am. Very, very tasty beer. Very well made beer, guys, for 10.8%. Alcohol is very well hidden, even though it's a fresh bottle. Very tasty. I can't think of a single thing to make this beer better. I would like to see them put the IBUs on the bottle, but they do have the bottled on date, not an enjoy by date or a best by date. Stone's, they do it right. They really do. Very impressed with what they do. Like I said, I'm so glad that they're building a brewery here in Virginia, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more of their stuff fresher, since it's coming from Virginia instead of across the country from California. Guys, to me, I could give it a 9, I could give it a 10, but with the bottled on date and having the ABV on it and as well made and tasty as this beer is, it's just as impressive as it was 3 years ago when I did it the first time. So, I can't think of a single thing I would say to make this beer better. So, with that being said, let's do the final choke. Awesome aroma. Awesome aroma. It's got that same dankness that their Enjoy By series has got. Very citrusy, very piney, a lot of grapefruit, pineapple, tropical fruit notes. Citrusy, wonderful, excellent. Final choke. That beer is delicious. It's awesome, guys. I'm going to give it to 10, guys. This is a 10 beer. It's very delicious. The Stone has a huge distribution area. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not in all 50 states. At least well over 48 anyway. They go everywhere. Big distribution for their beers. So this is a great beer. It is. It's an awesome beer. If you're a hophead and you like an IPA or a double IPA, and you can get this beer in your area, you ought to pick it up. And they're not super pricey. I mean, you're going to pay a little bit more for a 10.8% in a bomber, but it's not like a bourbon barrel aged beer or something like that. Reasonably priced. I mean, if you got to pay $10 for this, that's a 22 ouncer. If you go to you go to any bar, any pub, and order a damn Budweiser in a glass, it's going to cost you $5, and that's shitty garbage beer. So when you get a beer like this, and you're only paying $4 or $5 for a glass, 16-ounce glass or whatever of it, and you can buy a bottle of this for between $8.99 and $10.99. It's worth it. It is worth it. It's a great beer. It's very tasty. 100 for me, guys. It's a 10. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it's 95 in the world class, and over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 100 and 99 in the style. So we got a 95, a 100, and a 100. Numbers don't get a whole lot better than that. Occasionally we'll get 3 100s, but like I tell you all the time, guys, a lot of these guys that review beers and post them on either Rate Beer or Beer Advocate, unless it really blows their hair back or takes them in the back room and gives them oral sex, they don't give them big numbers. So that's the way it is. That's the real world. That's the world we live in. But it's not. There's not a reason for me not to give it a 10. It's excellently well made beer, and I enjoyed this thoroughly. So once again, my friends Chris and Rebecca, thanks again for picking this up. Y'all are super wonderful people. I love y'all to death. Let's go over to Untapped and see what they say. They have it at 4.17, which is in the A category for sure, and a lot of people are loving this beer. It is a very, very tasty beer. So with that being said, we got some pretty good numbers on this beer. It's a great beer. Pick it up if you can get it. If you're a hophead and you love this style of beer, this is an impressive one. And I enjoyed it. It's very nice. So let me know if you've had it, and come on back tomorrow. Let's take something tasty out of the fridge. See you then.